What up, gents? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I'm your host, Shaun C. You know, I literally just thought of this. I was like, man, I'm starting this live stream, and I don't think I was 100% ready to do it. Oh, I don't even have my clips ready. Jeez. Oh, man. What are we doing? All right. Anyway, I can get all that set up. Anyway, I wanted to get started real quick. Listen, tonight's topic, um, the reason why I picked tonight's topic, I actually had another topic that I was going to choose for tonight. And the thing about that is I didn't select the topic because it's one of those things that if you've watched my videos of recently, I've kind of shown y'all how I feel about everything going on. I've also showed you, hey, the kind of people that are involved, the kind of stuff that they're looking for. If you haven't seen my last video and you didn't make it all the way to the end, you missed it. One of the guys that just got sent away, or one of the guys that was in the video got sent away for, acts with young ladies, with women, okay? He went away for 10, 11 years, which that's crazy to me because you can steal a car and get 20 years back in the day, but you assault women and basically ruin their lives and you get 10 years. Crazy. Crazy, this justice system that we got here. But that's not even what I'm trying to talk about with tonight with y'all. Or at least that was not my full intention. The things that I've been talking about lately and bringing to y'all attention is because when we talk about the system being broken, when we're talking about broken systems, I'm not going to lie. For me, I know I've always talked about it, and I think we all kind of know that something is wrong with the system inherently. But now hearing and learning the things that we're learning, you realize this rabbit hole is deep. This goes far beyond some dudes that are creepy and touching kids and doing bad things. It even goes beyond them eating kids. It's literally a web of power used to influence like all the people that's supposed to be highly important. And all of them are caught up in these webs. What stands out to me is that if the agendas of these people are as sinister as what we're seeing, why wouldn't these things be in place, right? To hold us all back as a society, to basically keep us in this low vibrational state. You hear people say that shit all the time, and now it actually got some meaning. It's got some teeth. Because when people are kept in a low vibrational state, they don't aspire for anything more than the same things that they go after. They don't realize that their life could be better or at least be lived more on their own terms. So the video that I have for you all on Friday, I don't even know what the working title is, but the title of it, or basically the premise of it, is I'm going to show you that they've been playing around with us. They've been experimenting. They know the data. And all this craziness that I've been showing you on this channel and that other people have been showing you on their channels and all the clips and stuff you've been seeing, when you take it in as a totality, you realize that this dysfunction had to have been known. Matter of fact, they had to have known. They know. And that's the point. The point is that they know, but we don't. Or let me say, people don't. Some people don't. Most people don't. Most people just want to go along with their lives. They want to be oblivious to all this. They just think that things are just going to continue the way they are. But Cat Williams was right. Cat Williams was saying that this was going to be a time of revelation. And listen, I'm not going to sit there and say I believe in, different things that the stars and the quasars, but there are people that there has always been known that we were supposed to be moving into some new age, the age of enlightenment. And now you have all this stuff coming out. And now when I look at the circumstances that our communities have been put through, it's hard not to see this and say, there's an agenda here, which we know there's an agenda. But when you start to think about how deep these agendas are, it's insidious. What I'm going to show you on Friday is a test or an experiment that was done. And I'm going to connect some dots from that experiment that was done years ago to what we see now. Now, I was going to talk about it during this live stream, but there's no way to be able to, I need to be able to show you in a video form and put the ideas together. And I don't fully have all the clips yet. But I promise you, if you've respected the work that I've been doing lately, I pray that you see Friday's video because I'm going to connect some dots. So that brings us to tonight's broadcast, tonight's live stream. The institution of marriage. I don't think it was a bad thing back in the day. It made sense. It made complete sense. And when you look through the ages, when you look at a time where having your own land was important and agriculture and all these different things were very important, having kids was important too because, they helped you work the land. They helped you, with your trade. Kids were usually going to take over whatever business you had, and then they were going to be your legacy. And the kids did it because that was their inheritance. That's their legacy to keep the business going or keep the farm, the land, to keep what we own. And it's hard as a Black person because I know that there's people that say, well, y'all got to work hard. And if you worked hard, you wouldn't have to complain about, but then these systems are in place, man. These systems aren't just holding Black people back. It's been holding all of us back. It really has. And unfortunately, the solution has always been right in front of our face. Whether you're religious or not, you ain't got to be religious to know that the blueprint has always been when you help the least of the people among you, if they're doing well, then the people above starts doing better. That's why this whole middle class thing came about. Because when we had a thriving middle class, it felt like everything was good. Because even the lower people, they didn't have to aspire to be millionaires. They just said, man, let me get into that middle class. And so what's happened is the resources of the middle class of this country and the poor, people always drain from the poor, but the draining from the middle class, that right there, that is some diabolical shit. It is diabolical. And that shit started 40, 50 plus years ago, if not longer. Right? So when we get back to this institution of marriage, what does that mean today? You would think it would mean a lot. You would think that marriage, the institution of marriage, aside from any religious, spiritual beliefs, or even cultural beliefs, you would think that thing would still be holding on. And in other cultures, it still does. Not all. In these first world countries, it don't mean shit no more. First world problems, man, is marriage don't even mean anything. Hell, before I even started tonight's live stream, there was an article before I clicked to get to the 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 site for the program that I use to do these live streams. An article was on there about women not wanting to get married anymore. And then as I clicked it, and it was a little video, and the woman was talking about how, like, yeah, you know, um, us women don't really want to marry anymore because we don't have to, or we don't need to, and and then we look to our sisters over across the water with the 4B movement. And then I heard all that and I heard enough. But I had to tell y'all because the shit just literally got put in my face, which I don't know if it's because of the ads or because of what I look at. I don't know. I'm kind of curious on why that popped up all of a sudden. You would think marriage would make more sense nowadays, as bad as the economy is. Or when I say the economy is bad, we've had rising inflation, which we're not going to stop. That shit ain't going to stop. The problem with the rising inflation is we've seen the productivity of this country go up, but the wages hasn't stayed with the inflation. And so the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. So you would think marriage would be very beneficial. But see, what happens is what you got is you have some women who are doing very well right now. But that's not the majority of the women. Because if it was, the stats would say so. But the women who are doing damn good or okay to damn good or balling out, that's the ones that the women who are just your regular women trying to make it, trying to figure this shit out, they're listening to them. So instead of them finding their own man, having their own family, finding their own happiness, got a bunch of women listening to other women. Got a bunch of women who are essentially, for all intents and purposes, acting just like the men that they condemn all the time, that they condemned back in the day. Most of my gents here are old enough to know all of the shows back in the day and all of the bashing and you know, I can say the bashing, that's the TV shows, but you got the movies and you got hey, you know, we're empowered, and that's all good and dandy. But if we're really objective about it, we can look back and you can see how all of this shit all of it was pushed on us through the media. The media that only a few companies control. Ain't that some shit? That's what I tried to show y'all in the last video. So tonight, sorry I went on a long-winded intro, but tonight, if you will allow me, the first 3 clips I'm going to show you is just a few examples of things that men have to deal with dating. Also, some clips that a couple of you guys sent me. And it's just to set the tone. It's just to kind of warm up everything. But the real clips is about the marriage thing. It's not even just about marriage. It's about loyalty. And if you stick around long enough, I'm going to tell you, there's a clip I have that I'm going to tell you my story. Some of you all may have heard it before or a version of it, but I'm going to tell you how I fell into the same thing. And I had to make a choice. It was one of the hardest choices I've ever had to make. I've made a lot of hard choices in my life, but the choice that I had to make was very difficult. I still wrestle with it to this day. But I guess in hindsight, I know it was the right decision. As much pain as that choice made. So, thank you for being here. Let me drop a few more announcements, and then I'm going to go ahead and see who we got in here. First of all, I want to thank everybody who's gone over to our new channel, PNC, Partners in Crime. And I wanted to make a channel where me and P could just be ourselves, talk about just single 1 or 2 clip topics, and just be us. I needed it for my own mental health. Aside from the fact that it gives P an outlet too, because he had some stuff on his mind, and I was like, "Listen, man, you can't make it on the days that I need to do this live stream. Why don't we just start a podcast? Why don't we just do that? And when you do have time, we can sit and record these things when we got time." So he's excited about it. I'm excited about it. If you haven't gone over there, go over there and check it out. Again, it's a little bit more fun and lighthearted on these topics. Okay. It's just to kind of decompress from some of this stuff. The other thing is I have no sponsors on this channel. Okay. You never see me do sponsored videos or anything like that. And again, it's because none of the stuff that people wanted me to sponsor, I use. And I'm not going to put some stuff on you guys that I don't use. So if you notice in the description of every video, there's a link to the products that I use. One of which is is the ashwagandha that I use. If you know about ashwagandha, you know. Now, this is an empty bottle because I just ordered some. And right now, probably at my Amazon box is my new bottle. Okay. And then one of the other things I have is my Stanley cup. My girl got me this. I tell you, I don't go anywhere without it. Now, I was going to have a little drink tonight, but I really did a really good workout today. I ate well today so far, and I don't want to mess that up. But I'm not going to lie to you. I really, okay, could have used an old fashioned tonight. I really could have. But it's okay because the water out of there. Anyway, the stuff that I use that I recommend is in the description of every video. So, and it's good stuff. All right. So check that out. Now that we got that housekeeping out the way, wait, new channel, stuff that I use. I feel like there's something else I'm missing. I already told y'all about Friday's video is going to be a little bit deep. I think we're good so far. All right. Let us see who we got up in the house tonight. Listen, this channel don't function without y'all. And I am grateful. I'm eternally grateful for everybody who rock with me, man. You know, this is coming up in June. June will be my 6th year doing YouTube. 6 years, man. And July will be 5 years that I've been full-time on YouTube. And YouTube is tough, man. The YouTube space right now, these folk right now, I swear, this economy they're doing everything they can to try to hold people back, especially if you got, a channel with influence that's doing well, that's getting views. Bro, they subduing the views. So all I ask is, I'm going to start when I put out a new video, check the community post. You're like, hey, man, I don't think Shaun put out a video. Check the community post. I'm going to start posting links to the newest videos. Also, share these videos, okay? All of that stuff helps. And that's not just for me. Your other favorite content creators are going through the same thing. People aren't getting notified when these things occur. So that's why it's important to go to the subscribe thing, hit the bell icon so that you're notified, and hit all so that you're notified when anything drops from this channel. All right, let's see what we got in the house tonight. Okay, there's a lot of clips. I'm going to run through these quickly, all right? First, thank you, V. Person says, hey, everybody, all right? Adam says, at the hospital, update my meds. I just updated my meds today, bro, so I get it. Person says, what up, Shaun C, TSG, Big Dog, Homie, and the Uncut Player City Peeps. Yes, got it. Insane video, by the way. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm married to my money. I can't break this happy home. Rick, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, Matrix. Thank you for being here, man. And don't forget that your Do It Fluid. Yes, I can't drink Do It Fluid tonight, but to all of y'all that can, let me know what y'all sipping on down in the comments. All right, here we go. Yep. Hey, Buck, 504, what's happening? Wow, what's happening? Let me tell you something, man. I am sad that I saw Mardi Gras. You had Drew Brees out there, Tyler Shuck out there throwing footballs, and then you had Shia LaBeouf getting taken to jail. That was an awesome Mardi Gras. And I didn't realize how many people that I'm friends with on Facebook that actually had birthdays yesterday within the next couple last few days. So I had to go through, I must have took about 20, 30 minutes saying happy birthday to all the people that had birthdays. Craziness. But I did buy a king cake and I had it flown in from New Orleans. So I'm gonna tell you, your boy had a good Mardi Gras there. Shout out to y'all. Professor Muscles at it again. Yeah, man, I was at the gym flexing today. I was. I just put the pin at the bottom and just lifted the max weight they had there. Shout out to XL Pro, man. XL Pro, man. Let me give a shout out to XL Pro. Let me tell y'all why real quick. XL Pro, King, they all be sending me clips and stuff. And I may not necessarily use all those clips. Or if I do, I don't always, not able to give credit all the time because I don't also use those clips right when I download them. But I want to say thank you, XL Pro, for continuing to send me the stuff that you seeing. You know what I mean? So I do see you and I want to recognize you, man. Thank you so much. And XL Pro sends me that stuff at our Instagram, right? So you can find me at TSG_uncut, right? Yep. Shout out to you. All right, Press says we definitely in some crazy times. Yes, we are. The two control, influence, and divide. Absolutely. That's exactly what's happening. Matter of fact, Matrix, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. And one of the things that I'm noticing is how much movies have been trying to warn us of things. If they really have. Like I'm looking back in my mind's eye and the things that we were warned about that seem like stories, they were trying to tell us how messed up things were. Yep, we have to want to make real change. We can't change the world until we change ourselves. Facts. It's the age of women becoming rebellious to men. Yep, Matrix, we're going to talk about all that on Friday's video. Skelly Prince, what's going on? Women are like a Ferrari car note. I don't need it. I'm good with just my train and bus pass to get around the city. Shout out to you on that one because that's some real talk right there. Listen, man, some of the richest people in the world, the reason why you don't know that they're some of the richest people in the world is because the ones who doing it right, they just dress like normal folk. They just walk around like normal. And they blend in a little bit better because they always dress down. The people that's trying to be flashy is the ones who get all the attention. And I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want too much attention on me. You know what I mean? The deeper the agenda, the deeper the world is in agony. Yes, it is. Whoa, nah, TSG. I'll be watching Friday. Sound good, 17. What's that? Did you were you able to make it out to Mardi Gras? Let me know. The deeper, I already read that one, kind of. Car notes, car insurance, or slavery, train pass. Yep. All of those things are scams. All of these scams and systems basically drain every dollar we got. We have taxes upon taxes. You cannot own a car without having car insurance. And then when they up the rates on your car insurance, you can't do nothing about it. Or you can shop around, but they could also collude. And if nobody holds them accountable, they could all collude to raise the prices. It's crazy. And I'm using that as an example, but that's an example of how, if left unchecked, the people higher ups ain't there to make our lives better. They're there to make as much money as possible. And even though they got all the money that a person could ever want, it's never enough. Crazy. And that too much hatred, greed, and selfishness. And that is exactly what I was just saying. All right. Donald, man, shout out. He said, got or not, respect to all the gents, right? We're in the end game now. Yes, we are in the end game now. That is, couldn't have been said any better than that. You are finally coming to understand that this timeline is over. I saw it in the 70s. Yeah, this timeline is over. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a little tough. It was a little tough to, it's like you knew it already, but I really see it. You know, like when you really get slapped in the face by it, you're like, yeah, this shit is done. This shit is done. And lonely. Did I miss something there? Super selfish side chicks. Yeah. I had a different shirt on, but it blended with the background too much. And it was the No 304 shirt. So I decided to wear this red one so it pops off on screen. I need one of those rare spiritual women. Out of 1 out of 10 million are spiritual women. They're hard to find. Happy, good, Will Hunting on the global stage. Absolutely. All right. All right. I can make it through. I can make it through. I can make it through. Lie to the government's a felony, and the government lies to you, and everyone's okay. Yep. I generally despise the new generation of women. Very disrespectful. Yeah, they are. Hey, Davey, man, thank you for coming through, man. But you're absolutely correct. And we're going to see that in tonight's video. Okay. I know all about that. Yep. Yes, sir. What's that in, homie? All right. All right. I see you, brother. Shaun, I'm basically rich. That's why I don't do YouTube myself. You know what? Even if I was rich, I think I would keep doing it. I'm going to tell you why. As tough as it is, I've seen too many people retire and not have nothing. Like they don't have nothing for themselves or something to drive them, a purpose to get up every morning. And then they just die. They die from a lack of purpose. Or they age badly. And so doing this and doing the other projects and stuff I have, it's tough. Some days it's tough. But I will say that it gives me purpose. And the one thing that I've told you all on this channel is that a man must be on his purpose. Because without it, you're not being your best self, man. And like the videos. Yep, like this video, like all the videos. Got to do that, man. Again, help out with the algorithm because this algorithm is really trying to suppress this stuff, man. It really is. All right. I don't do hospitals or big pharmacy unless I have a toothache, broken bones. I just drink liquor until I die. He said cowboy medicine. Oh, that's what's added, baby. I'm telling you, that's what's added. Yeah, Mardi Gras was crazy packed. Yeah, it always is. But this year, man, knowing that y'all had those stars, having the stars, even Sean Payton, I heard was I think I seen a clip with Sean Payton in the audience. This ought to tell you, man. If that city wasn't so crazy during Mardi Gras, I don't know if I could do another Mardi Gras, bro. It's been a long time, but traded women for my instruments. Shout out to you, Leonard, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm about to go in my gym, work out while I watch. Okay, that's what's happening, man. I get my gym workout in early in the day, so that way I can focus. That's what's up. Happy birthday to all the last week. Yeah, a lot of people had birthdays. 17 said, yeah, bro, Mardi Gras went hard. Drew Brees was doing his thing, and Tyler Shuck was throwing the trinkets too hard. Yo, I would have loved to have been at that parade, bro. Seriously, bro. The champ, what's going on, baby? Great seeing you, man. Great to have you here, man. Buck said, what's it going to take for us to be heard? I don't know, man. That's why we talk about all this stuff here, bro. That's why we got to talk about it here. You know? It's deep. V says, yo. All right, let's get to the first clip. I'm going to run through these first few clips. We'll talk about it a little bit, but these are just kind of the opening clips, okay? So, oh my God, I didn't even set up the clips. Let's go. Oh, let's do that. Yeah, that's what's happening. Let's do that. All right. Let's see if this works. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. I'm going to play this. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Now, this first clip is a perfect example, y'all, of why you can't deal with these women. Check this out.
I don't think anything a girl wears to like show her confidence should be threatening in a sense. Like I should be able to wear what I want to wear in front of your mom too. You need to leave. And I just feel like when I realized that you popped for her cleavage, you're like, honestly, I like to look good, so I'm gonna have cleavage legs. I feel like your face was a little crazy when I said that. I just a lit girl. Like honestly, I can't even hold you. I don't know how I'm gonna come home on Sundays. And you know what?
This is not a show for you to come and joke around.
No. I'm just being right now.
Right.
My bad.
I need you guys. to be serious, because it seems like you lot are coming here for a good time.
No, I didn't.
And it seems like you lot are not looking for love.
Yo, you know what? I didn't even watch the end of that clip. That's crazy. You always see the clips where they talking. I ain't never seen a clip with somebody saying, hey, y'all not really here for love. Y'all just here to be seen. And you know what's funny about that? I never believed that any of the women that was on this show was looking for love. Like, maybe one or two. But the majority of them, I'm thinking they looking to be seen online. They looking to get that clout from them being seen in one of these clips, trying to go viral. But the crazy thing, too, was how she said, this is why the dude didn't believe her, because she was like, I want to be able to wear whatever I want to wear, even in front of your mama. You must be out your mind if you think you're just going to wear anything that I'm going to take you. You think I'm going to take you around my mom? My mom. If y'all watch the show, y'all heard my mom on there. You think I'm going to take you around my mom? You think your hoochie coochie just going to be out? My mom would tell you, would say in front of your face, why you didn't brought this heifer up in here? Baby, why your stuff all out like that? What you thinking? Man, look. Let's get to the next clip. One of y'all sent me this one.
Dear warehouse man, please let me explain to y'all how fucking annoying and creepy it is for y'all to fucking sit there and watch a bitch unload her whole motherfucking truck. Like, that's so fucking annoying to me. That is creepy. Like, you just literally stand there and watch me. Literally watch me unload my truck, and you're just standing there. And then whatever other truck drivers are in the bays next to me come over there and stand and watch me. Now I feel like a fucking circus freak show because y'all are watching me unload my goddamn truck instead of fucking helping. Like, what kind of men are y'all? That shit blows me. It blows me. Then y'all want to hold small talk. Bitch, I'm working. I don't want to talk about how long I've been driving and do I fucking like it. Y'all so...
This is another thing that we are seeing too, right? Where you chose to be a truck driver. You chose to do this profession. And I gotta give her respect. The fact that she out here got her truck, she doing the thing, making her money. As I've told y'all before, I ain't no hater. But you want to do what we do, and then you expect that they supposed to just help you? Why? Why are they supposed to help you unload their truck when they got to unload their truck by themselves? And you ain't helping them unload their trucks. You're not helping them unload their trucks. But they supposed to do it because these men today, how they just gonna let us, how they just gonna watch a woman? Wait, no, baby, you don't get to do that. No. I heard something this week, and I don't want to misquote it, but it's something sort of like women today don't deserve chivalry anymore. That shit is dead. It's done. Y'all killed it. Dave Chappelle said that too. Chivalry is dead, and women killed it. You got to understand, chivalry came from men towards ladies. I'm going to say that again. Chivalry, the act of chivalry, was to court and protect women who were ladies. And a lot of women today aren't acting like ladies. Oh, y'all ain't act like men. Y'all ain't acting like ladies. It worked both ways. Y'all want to act like men until it's convenient. And then now all of a sudden you're supposed to be a woman too. You're supposed to get the benefits of people doing shit for you just because you're a woman, and you want to act like us. Don't work that way. It don't work that way. And I'm going to tell you right now, no man nowadays, men don't want to marry just any type of woman. A man would love to have a lady, his lady. I'm not talking about because you got your wig together and your caked on ass Earl Shire makeup and shit. And you got implants and you got all this stuff. That don't make you a lady. Hell, I seen a video last week where it was a woman and then she was taking off the makeup and taking off all the stuff. And it was a dude. Now, if you follow the Shaun C method of identifying whether a woman is a woman or not, or a dude, any woman that got to wear excessive makeup to look like a woman, I just assume she's a dude. It hasn't failed me yet. Okay. And that threshold of too much makeup, there's a line. And once you pass that line, no, I'm really a woman. Are you though? It's a lot of makeup. I just got to assume that you're not. Okay. And anybody who know from New Orleans, if you on Bourbon Street, and you head down Bourbon Street, you got your daiquiri in hand, you got your hurricane, whatever it is. Maybe you didn't pass by Pato's and you didn't got you a hurricane. You going down the street, everything is good, everything is fine. And then you get to the end of to a spot in Bourbon Street and it looked like a Mortal Kombat finish move. You didn't went too far. You didn't already walked too far down Bourbon Street. Okay? If you talk to women down at that end of Bourbon Street, it's at your own peril. All right? Oh, right? So just telling y'all. Let's see what y'all got to say. Mitchell says marriage dead, dating is dead, relationship is coming to an end. Yes, it is. Seemed like that. I must have read that wrong. Anthony said I follow the Donald Trump checker. But I'm not a Trumper. I got you. Okay. I never dated women that wear makeup. Okay. I see you. Skelly Prince says facts. V says choose a struggle, lady. Exactly. You got to choose one or the other. Apparently, these people are complicit to their own delusions to actually think they deserve protection and provision from any man. Well, if they want it, then would be the main one hollering about a gender pay gap at the same time want us men to do our work and hers too. That is an excellent statement right there. Excellent statement. You was right about that one. Ladies. She got hands. Someone tell her to shut the F up and use them. We need more truck car wash services. Oh, that's a good business idea. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Bravo, you're a truck driver. Yep. All right. I think I'm going to reverse. We're waiting for you to get the hell out of the way. Yeah. I hear you, Rick. Even the truck's onboard computer is sick of the broads whining. King, that is fun. She was wearing yoga pants. Okay. The woman had some tights on. You could see all her lower quarters. She didn't show you that part while they were looking. Yeah. Keep her away from the food. Oh, that's funny. Tila Moore said he laughed at it. Black women cannot raise black girls to become traditional black women in generation. Yep, and that's an issue. We're going to talk about that. Attention for a woman is a hell of a drug. Absolutely. If a girl has fake hair for real, I can't deal. I hear you. And then looking for love in all the wrong places. Let me catch this one. George says he's sipping on Hennessy, VSOP on the rocks. Damn it, man. You're going to want to make me go ahead and grab my little sip. I don't want to do it, but I'm getting tempted. All right, let's get back to, let me catch a couple of these. I already read that one. Coming to an end, you say it's already done. Yeah. Bourbon Street goes from good to ghetto to hey. That's it, Rick. Good to ghetto to hey. Oh my God, that is the best way to explain that. Let me write that down. I got to tell P about that one. Oh my God. Good to ghetto to hey. Oh my God. I got to tell P that one. Oh man. He probably going to use that one. Oh my God, bro. That's the one. To pass the poll section in the first quarter, you were at your own risk, so I never do. Bro, exactly, bro. I don't think hell, that area used to be so scary to us. We wouldn't even stay by I think they got the hand grenade shop on the left. If you're going down that direction, the hand grenade shop on the left, we wouldn't even go there. We just turn around. Our boss says, sorry, Jen's got a new job and hours are off. All good, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah, I know what you meant. That's funny as hell. From good ghetto to hey. Oh, shit. P gonna laugh his ass off when he see that one. Oh, man. All right, last clip. Last clip of the intro, and we're going to get into the meat of it.
My bitch just texted me and told me she just got home and she about to take a nap. And when she wake up, she gonna hit me back. The whole time at this bitch crib right now, she ain't even here. Like, where you at?
Yo, my dude here found out the hard way that his woman is creeping. Okay? Found out that she creeping the hard way. She at home taking a nap, but he at her crib right now. That's too funny. Oh, anyway, that's just another example of, these women aren't good enough to take home to your mom. The equality isn't enough for them, right? They don't want equality, right? They just want it to be for them. And then now they're like world-class cheaters. And those are just 3 examples of why dudes are just done. You know what I mean? Take your sip, Shaun. Jim is not going anywhere. Salute to you, King. I'm headed to TikTok next to laugh at those live discussions. Yeah, man, I hear you. Oh, my God. Okay. Let me get y'all to the clip, man. I want y'all to hear this. This is
80% of women are not marriage material.
Ooh.
They're not. They're selfish. They're self-centered. They don't have just what I would consider that base core feminine skill, that feminine quality. Mm-hmm. They don't have that. They don't even trust their own intuition. Mm-hmm. They don't even have good intuition. Like I'm trying to teach a woman about intuition, like what mm-hmm. that is and how to know things. That is deeply a part of the feminine.
You blame that? You think you blame that heavily on like the feminist ideology? Or
for sure.
Okay.
Because remember, feminism wants a woman to separate her mind from her body. It wants her to separate fact from how you feel about things. So that they want you to say that how you feel and a biological fact, like they want to pull those things apart. Yeah. Wow. They want them to heavily rely on IVF and fertility treatments and surrogacy to have children, when a woman can have a baby for free, like as long as she works with nature.
All right. Well, this is something that I've been saying on the channel for a minute. Okay. Been telling y'all that, where's this button at? Been telling y'all for a minute, or been saying for a minute, that these women ain't wives. Now, if we have any women watching, you got to understand men may have the problem of picking good women too. We might pick with the wrong head. But I can tell you what, We might even pick the wrong wife sometimes. But I would tell you that you are getting less and less men having that I didn't found my wife feeling. It has nothing to do with the woman not being good enough in some instances. In some instances, it's just like I am not about to risk anything when most women, right? A majority, a plurality of women get into a marriage and then they're unsatisfied. They're not satisfied. It's not good enough. You get married and then they're trying to change who you are. And you want them to stay exactly the same, but they want to change who you are. I'll get him out of that habit. I'm telling you, it's not worth it in that case. I'm gonna tell you, I'm never the changes that I'm making are for me to be the best version of me. If I ever change because it's just expected to or I'm forced to, that's how you lose me. That's how you lose a lot of men, especially nowadays. Okay? So, we'll catch a couple of these. T says, honestly, it's easier to get bedtime than ever with beautiful, slim young women as friends. It's crazy. You know, it is, man. You know what's sad? I think me and P was kind of talking about this when we were doing one of our videos. It's like if you have some, I don't want to call it game, but if you have some level of game, it is easier now to get relations without the expectation of any kind of relationship whatsoever. Easy as hell. The problem is, for us being older, we don't want to be like if we were the younger version of ourselves in this environment, it'd have been like, never get married. It's too easy. It's a dime a dozen. Not even worried about it. Like, and if that offends some of y'all, then that's what it is. I'm just telling you the way younger me would have thought. But us now being older, and we talked about it, it's like, man, it's easier than ever to get it without the expectation of anything. But then, do you really want to deal with these women? Do you really want to deal with multiple women that all got issues and problems and toxic behavior and bro, that's exhausting. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I've juggled a few women before, right? And I don't say that proudly anymore, but I have. And it's exhausting. Like I look back and I'm like, why? And the why is I was a broken dude. Hurt people. So I juggled people who didn't think twice about it, even though I was stressed the hell out. I as an older man, why would you want to deal with that? That's the problem. The problem is it's easier than ever, but god dang, dealing with all these personalities. I feel bad for the young dudes. I really do. Cheers to the gents. Oh, so good. I didn't have any of my my solid rocks, like the square rocks, prepared tonight with my sip. Your niece Avanthia says hi. What's going on? Thank you for coming through, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you. Men needs to come correct when they want to date us, and they should take us shopping on trips and show us how much they want us. You know what's funny? I disagree. I agree with part of it. I agree that men need to come correct. Do I have that on this one? Nope, not this episode. Not this one. That's coming up on Mondays. But on Monday's video, I already know the next two videos I'm making. Monday's video, we're going to address this actual discussion. So I'm not going to talk about it now, but I do agree men need to come correct. What I will say is, taking y'all shopping, better go somewhere with that. Nobody owe you shit. You know, I'll give you the same advice I've given my daughters. No one owes you shit in this life. Nothing. They don't. The people that owe you some shit are me, your mom. You know, we did what we could for you. After that, nobody owes you anything. Not a damn thing. And that's the entitlement mindset, you know? It is wiser to be alone than to be in the wrong company. Exactly, Matrix. That's exactly it. Cheers to you, brother, and everyone in the chat. Yep, Preston, I appreciate you. Christopher says, TV equal women as the world turns. She wants a simp. Nah, ain't none of that. Karina, shout out to you, baby. She must be a burn brain. You know what though? Again, I don't. We're gonna talk about it on Monday's video or in Monday's video that I'm making for y'all. I'm gonna agree again. I agree, men should come correct, but we're gonna talk about it again. The clips are already ready to go. I just gotta film it. So film it and edit it. So I'm telling y'all, I already know the next 2 videos I'm putting out. I'm rocking with the Manischewitz Concord. God dang it. Manischewitz Concord. What am I looking at? Oh, cheers. Tell her antics semantics reserves that for Hispanic women. That is funny. That's funny. Yeah, my one life to live. Hell no, I ain't doing that shit. You can miss me with that. Okay. All right, let's get to the next video. Now, this one here, let me set this video up. This next video here, I want to show you what young men are going through nowadays. Okay? I'm going to show you what men are going through nowadays. Reason why men don't have trust anymore I'll just show y'all. Sure. I'll just show y'all. That way I can get back to my sip.
Imagine you start dating a girl when you're 17, and just a few weeks later, she moves in with you and you begin living together. After a few years, you decide to propose. She says yes, but then tragedy strikes.
They're married?
Your wife is diagnosed with cancer. You're a professional Valorant player, one of the most beloved in the entire world, but you decide to walk away at the peak of your career to take care of your woman's health. You start donating your own blood and other things because your genes are compatible.
Wait, Tens did
take care
that?
of every expense, medical bills, apartment rent, household costs, and pleasures for both you and your girlfriend.
Bro, no way they broke up,
Every
right?
step of the way, chemotherapy, treatments, hospitalizations, recovery. You help your girlfriend build a professional career on streaming and video platforms. Her audience grows exponentially in no time. Meanwhile, you have to push your own channel to the background. And in the end, after doing all of this,
Ain't no way, right?
sacrifice, she decides to leave you because she needs to
Yo,
discover
I gotta be
herself.
missing some context. Does Kaide want Tens to like beat her or something to spice up the relationship? What more does Tens need to do? Like, there's no way he needs to throw in a close combat, bro.
Did y'all hear that? I know that the volume might have been a little bit wonky, but we'll discuss this. To sum it up real quick, a young couple being together. The dude had a career as a video game player where he was tops in there. She winds up getting cancer. He gives his blood, time, effort, even supports her getting better, supports her having her own channel while putting his shit on the back burner. And when her shit blew up, because it's easier for women to blow up on these spaces than it is for men, when she blows up, she leaves him. Now, women in the comments of those comments that I've seen in similar stuff like this would say, well, you know, she outgrew him or he should have kept up and blah, blah, blah. You can say whatever comment you want. But if we've been together, we've been down like 4 flats on the Cadillac, you get sick and I help you through that shit and putting my own shit on the back burner to help you get through it. And then when I help you get up, you leave. This is the kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff that just makes men go, why? Why would I put myself through all of that? Dudes would rather be alone than to get their heart thrown into a goddamn blender over someone that's not going to fully appreciate them. Now, what do you tell that 17-year-old? They've been down since they was younger. Now I get it. She young. Shaun, she young. She didn't know what she didn't know. She had to go see for herself. But then you should have known that shit before. The loyalty aspect of these relationships are completely gone. And that's why I showed y'all this clip. What happened to, hey, we've been together, we've been down for each other since we was young, man. I guess that's just me. I'm a loyalty person. We ain't got to call each other every day. We ain't got to talk every day. We ain't got to be gossiping every day. But if you my people, you my people. Show me a little bit of courtesy and respect for that shit. I just, it just sucks. I'm gonna show you another one. Talk about some loyalty. Watch this shit.
Fuck. Damn it.
How could you?
I fucked up. I gave you the wrong gift. I'm sorry.
You're pregnant with somebody else's kid?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're such a horrible... Why are you even... You need to get out. You need to get out.
No, please. I didn't want it to end up like
I can't believe you.
Please, Avery.
You're such a fucking piece of garbage.
I'm so sorry.
You would get pregnant by somebody else?
I'm so sorry. I gave you the wrong gift. I'm so sorry.
Get out. Get out. Get out, please.
Don't at me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
You're such a... I never want to see you again.
No,
I never
don't
want to see you
say
again.
that.
I'm
Don't
taking
say
the
that.
fucking kids.
No,
You can have
you're
your
not.
fucking baby with whoever
No,
this
you're
fucking
not.
asshole is. You're a fucking piece of shit. You need to get out. Why am I even still on here?
Avery,
It's
please,
fucking ridiculous.
please, we can work this out.
Get out of my
No.
fucking house.
No, I'm not. Like,
That's tough. She was sending the pregnancy applicator to the guy that got her pregnant in a Valentine's Day gift. He thought he was getting a gift or getting something for appreciation, and she pregnant for another dude. And he had a ring on his finger. I don't know if y'all saw that, but I think they're married. So, yeah, man. Yeah, I see what y'all saying. Let me put y'all up on the screen. Yeah, man. You know, as a man, you might be able to get past the cheating. But once you let him impregnate you, whoa, man. Yeah. Yeah, that actually happened to me, man. I went out to sea. And I had a dream while I was out to sea that my girlfriend cheated on me. When I came back, I told her about the dream, and she was like, I would never do that to you. I would never cheat on you. I was like, you know what? I'm tripping. You know what? You're right. I'm young. I'm really young at this time, okay? I'm very young in the Navy at this time. And I said, look, I got to go out to sea for one more time, but when I come back, I'm going to be on land for a month straight, and then I'm going to be back home. We could talk every night once I get back. I said, but until then, just got to deal with me for a month. When I came back from going out that month, she was like, I got something to tell you. And I was like, what? She was like, I went to this party and I met this dude. And at that point, I'm like, okay, she cheated. And I gave her a pass on the cheating. I'm going to tell you why I gave her a pass. I was out to sea. I had been gone for like 3-4 months. I didn't even trip because I'm like, I'm not saying, again, this was young me. I was in my early 20s. I was probably like 23 years old, 23, 24. Okay? Gave her a pass on the cheating. Gave her a pass on the cheating. Because I knew I'd been gone. And she was like, I got something else to tell you. I was like, what else you got to tell me? She was like, I'm pregnant. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, well, does he know, was he, what's up? I'm asking all these questions. And she's like, I don't have his number or anything like that. Wait, what? You literally one night standing with a dude, don't even know who he is or how to find him. Bro, I've been through it. When I tell y'all on this channel that I've been through everything, just about everything, not everything, but damn near a lot of stuff, okay? Been through a lot of stuff. That one hurt. That one hurt a lot. So let me show you the next video.
What was
Now, I told y'all in the very beginning that I have a video clip for you guys, and it's kind of what happened to me in my first and my second marriage. Okay? So now we're talking about a woman who's going to explain what happened with her husband and her. And I'll tell you my story at the end of it. Okay? But before we get there, let me catch a couple of these comments first. Let's go right about not saying that women are easy. They don't want a relationship. Cool. Yeah. This shows these women are not yours. It's just your turn. You hear that, and now it seems more true than ever. First of all, why would he let her move in the first place? I don't know. This is a sad story. Origin of a villain. Yes, it is. Ladies, that's a villain origin story right there. What happened to that dude whose wife got, or girl or wife got pregnant, and she on social medias. Cooking with Kaya did the same thing as this female. Oh, for real? Yeah. It's a wonder Cooking with Kaya got quiet. She got real quiet. She blew up, and then her head got too big, huh? Cecilia, she said, I'm not hood. My son has a master's degree and doing good. A black boy got a Umar Johnson, shut up. Black boy's got a Umar Johnson, shut up. Okay. Thank you, Cecilia. V says, I saw Johnson saying that he's ready for Tuesday after the holiday to get a license for boys' school. We'll see next week. Yeah, we got to see on that one. Ain't nobody believing Umar and that shit until it actually happened. This is exactly why you don't eat leftovers from another man's wedlock refrigerator, especially when the leftovers stale cookie fries and moldy Whopper. Jesus, Preston, that's a good one. Women use love as a manipulation tactic. What the? Yep, that happened. That happened to Champ. Women are strange. Birth rates in every country are dying. Handmaid's Tale might be Earth's future. Well, let me say this, Skelly Prince. The birth rates are dropping in all the first world countries, except like in Africa. It's not dropping in those places. But then again, they're trying to drop, vaccines and shit in Africa, spreading the HIV in Africa in different places. A lot of the actions right now is because they want a birth decline. They don't want a birth decline from, people that look like them, but they want a birth decline. They want to get rid of as many people, because the less people, the easier it is to control. See, right now, there's billions of people. If we all really banded together, have you seen some of these marches in the street where we got almost 1 million people in these streets? That's what they fear. They don't want that to happen. They don't want that to happen worldwide. So anyway, I got off subject. Sorry about that. Put some respect on my name. That's right, V. OF with the chicken cheers, Marley, shit out of my house, you disease floozy. Oh, talking about the wife, yeah. Cheating is not a mistake, it's a choice. It is. She said, so, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. Yeah, that's a good one, Buck. That's a good one. I didn't mean to do it. Yeah, you meant to do it. You meant not to get caught. That's what happened. He's crazy for not turning off the camera. I swear these young boys are as soft as hell. You know what? I don't blame him for that. I think that maybe he's doing his little live. He thought he was getting a gift. You know, if your wife is or your girl is showing off something for you, you think you're getting a gift. Maybe you want your, I wouldn't do it because, you know, my personal stuff is my personal stuff. Y'all don't need to see it on air. Maybe I'll show y'all afterwards, but I'm not going to show y'all while I'm on air while that's happening because it takes away from the intimate moment that he could have had his woman been giving him a gift that was actually a gift. You take away from the intimate moment by having the whole world seeing it at the same time. The gift of STDs just keeps on giving. I'm not getting past no cheating, more fish in the sea. No, I hear you. Buck, I'm the same way now. You know what I mean? Like, if you got to go and cheat, just let me know. I'm okay. I won't even be hurt. You know what I mean? After that happened to me when I was, hell, that was almost half my life ago when that happened. All right, a little bit less than half my life ago. But the point being is, or a little bit less than, yeah. So the point being is, that happened a while back. And it was because of that incident that I've kind of become like, if somebody it's not to say it don't hurt you in the moment, but what I'm about to tell you about after the next video, or actually not, I'm about to tell you in this video, but the point being is some of the stuff that happened in this next video I'm going to show you, that's kind of why I went on my villain arc for a little bit, because of what I learned. But I'm not going to sit here and be sad about it. I'm going to go, okay, is that how we doing it? Okay. But now I'm at the point where I'd rather just go, man. Go do what you got to go do. I'm not hurt. You actually set me free. That's the way I feel. If you're going to mess up, you just set me free. And I'm not going to lose no sleep over it. That's where I'm at right now. I'm not going to lose any sleep. I'm not. Recentering men. Yep. Most women stay 16 years old mentally and spiritually. Yep, heard that before. 17 says, I've been through it with all bras, lies, and deceptions. It was my fault because the signs were all there. But was extra hopeful and thought it would have get better, but it didn't. You know what's funny? 17, that's something I've said in the videos, but a lot of times we see the signs. The signs are there. Both men and women, ladies. When we talk about like these dudes, like, no, but I thought that no, especially for women, no. Well, I guess for dudes too. The signs are usually there. This applies for both men and women. When something is messed up, the signs are there. The signs probably been there. By the time it gets bad, if you're not the cause of the problem, because that's a sign too, but if you're not the cause of the problem, the sign that the other person was messed up been there. And I hear people say all the time, like, no, this person was sweet and you never, well, if they were sweet, good, and you never saw anything bad from them and they just flipped, then that's even scarier than just someone cheating on you, or scarier than someone gradually changing. Because if they just flipped, that means you're dealing with some type of sociopath or narcissist, a malignant narcissist, where they can just turn it on and off. That should scare the shit out you, because them are the ones that like will stab you in your sleep, will take you out. That would be scary. So it didn't just flip like a switch. You know, people, and sometimes it's subtle. We don't want to see it because we want to see the good. And women sometimes don't see it because y'all think y'all could change us. I could change that. He ain't gonna always be that way. That little thing I see, it's okay. I'll ignore that. He keep buying me stuff. Y'all saw the clip I showed y'all the other week when the chick got her boyfriend filled her up with lead she went to go talk to her ex, and he didn't do no talking. He basically paralyzed that woman. The signs were there. And he was an ex. Why are you going to talk to him? I don't think they had kids together. Why would you go talk to him? See what I'm saying? We ignore the signs. So you're a very forgiving man, Shaun. Yes. You know what? I'll take that. If I'm forgiving, it's because it doesn't mean I've forgotten what happened, but I've become more forgiving now. And I've gone through waves of forgiveness and not. But when they tell you forgiveness is for you and not necessarily the other person, it's true. Because I've seen people, and if my girl watching, she know exactly what I'm talking about. But if I've seen people say that they forgive you, and then they really don't. And some of you all might have gone through it too. Somebody's like, oh, I forgive you. But they still have these moments of animosity that comes out towards you. They still get angry at you. They still they will talk sweet to you in your face, but then talk shit about you behind your back because they're still pissed about this thing that happened many years ago. Hell, probably when you was a different person. That's not forgiveness. If you still got to beat somebody over the head with the shit that they did a while back, you ain't never forgave them. That ain't forgiveness. Now, if I forgive you, I ain't got to hang in your presence. We ain't got to be friends no more. We ain't got to act like we cool. It just means that I'm not going to harbor that hate, anger, and animosity towards you where you know about it and it stops me from living my life and moving forward. Because I can tell you for a fact, I couldn't tell y'all that I've been in a healthy relationship, probably the healthiest relationship that I've ever been in, if I'm still holding on to the shit that happened to me in the past. It wouldn't work. And even now, the remnants of the relationship from the past still haunt the relationship, still haunt sometimes from here and there, certain things that I do and don't do. But that has nothing to do with not forgiving someone. That has everything to do with not being a goddamn fool. Because I'm a man. The one thing women don't realize about us men is that every hurt, every slight makes us learn a little bit more. Not going to do that no more. Not going to go down to that end of Bourbon Street no more. Not going, you know what I mean? We learn not going to do that. Because the reason why we as men do that, it's a survival mechanism. There is, as a man, you're always wrought on all sides with danger at all times. A man talking to another man could be dangerous at any point in time if it switches or, gets misconstrued. Danger moments could be at any point in time if you're a grown-ass man. And so over the time, men have learned to adapt to these situations. When I see this, I know not to do that. That's why when we have a woman that we love, what do? Hey, don't go. Hey, if you're going to go on that side, make sure you take that thing with you. Hey, if you're going to go over to that neighborhood, make sure you got your windows rolled up. Hey, if you're going to go over here, make sure you take your bags, your purse, and everything out of the car with you. I'm just using these car things for example. Okay? Hey, the people going to be crazy out tonight. Make sure you be careful, okay? Matter of fact, I'm going to come with you. Let me come with you. Yeah, you can't go do that by yourself. That's not us trying to be controlling. That's us knowing from experience. I would argue, ladies, that if your man don't love you or a man don't care about you, he'll let you go off and do those things. He'll let you go. Ain't my problem. She doing her thing. I don't pay attention to that. Ladies, think back. Think back to your dudes. Think back to the dudes that you say don't care about you, or when they stop caring about you. When they stop caring about you, they stop giving you advice to be safe. And the ones who tried to keep telling you stuff, if it wasn't about safety, it was about control. Go ahead and look back at it. Go ahead and look back in your mind's eye about the shit you went through. Let's get to this next video clip. I'm sorry I'm missing a lot of comments. We'll get to them. We only got a couple clips left, so I just want to make sure that we moving through. Where we at? Yeah, let's do it that way. Check this out.
What was okay? So from there to now getting divorced and now really being by yourself with three kids, what was it like in your life?
So that was hard because I never thought I was going to get divorced, even though I was the one that left. I took y'all, and not without his knowledge. We had talked about it before. We were having some marital issues, and so we bought investment properties and we flipped properties. You remember that? And we had a house that was just nearing completion, and I was like, okay, well, I can take the kids and move there. Stupid move, but that's what I did. And if I didn't think we would get divorced, I thought that if I moved the family to another part of Knoxville, that he would realize I don't want my family to be over there. I want my wife and my 3 kids in this house. That's not what happened, though. That's and on my part, there was a silly assumption on my part.
Stupid
because
assumption.
you don't do things that you're not really committed to. I never thought I would get divorced.
Right.
So when things continued to happen during our separation and we ended up getting divorced, I was furious. I was mad for years.
Did you hear
I was
that?
very mad because I never thought I was going to get divorced. I thought that and this is my thought then, this is not in any way shade to him, but I thought he would come to his senses and say, I don't want to lose my family and let's put this family back together. But that didn't happen and we got divorced. And then again, I felt abandoned. And what I felt after the divorce is something that I think a lot of people may feel, but they don't know how to articulate, is every single person that is supposed to love me, that is supposed to care for me, that is supposed to do right by me, that is supposed to be there for me, every single person to this date has not done that. And I could not understand that. I did not understand why I was going through this again.
So let's talk about this real quick. This is crazy on her part. She's the one that wanted the separation. And she made the assumption that her husband was going, what did she say? Come back to his senses. She made the assumption that he was going to change his mind and try to save this marriage. First of all, let me say this because I want y'all to take this the right way. There's no shade to this woman right here. If anything, I respect that she spoke out about this because there's a lot of young women, there's a lot of women that play this same type of game with their man. They try to use manipulation in order to get the means to the ends that they want. And that's why she said in this very thing, she said, don't ever do some shit that you're not committed to. See, we as men, if you a man and you standing on yours, when you commit to something, that's what you do. Your word is bond. And if it's not, then you have a new plan. And you're going to explain that. Hey, we have to change the plan. But I got the plan. You don't change unless the new plan is laid. That's being a real man. So for a real man, the manipulation tactics don't work. Hence, I always tell you, gents, always be on your purpose. Because a man on his purpose is like an oak. You're rooted deep and you can't be swayed because nothing is more important than the purpose. The purpose benefits all the rest of the tree, all the branches, all the leaves are all benefited by the roots of the oak. That's supposed to be you. So if you decide you're going to follow your woman and what the hell she doing, you're going to get swayed like you're going to snap. Because she trying to figure out what the hell she doing. She's still trying to figure it out. She needs to look at you. And this is what we're going to talk about on Monday's video. Not Friday, Monday's video. We're going to talk about being more reliable as men. We're going to talk about how we need to move for women who were really who about it. But not for them, but for ourselves. Again, we have to be oaks before we can move on anything. So this woman here thought she could play games. This happened to me. With one of my exes, we got to a point where things got really bad. Your boy messed up, but I messed up because, as I've said, hurt people hurt people. I got hurt really badly, so I stopped caring. And then I did a bunch of shit to hurt her, but I didn't mean to hurt her. I was doing it for me because I was hurt. I needed to feel that hurt with something. The point is, all of that culminated in an ultimatum being put in place. I need you to get your shit together. And if you can't get your shit together, then you need to make a decision on whether we're going to keep our family or we're going to split it apart. And I need to know this in 4 hours. Bye, I'll be back. That's what I got told. Not maybe dramatic like that, but felt like that. Okay. I had 4 hours to plan, gents. I'm gonna take this off the screen so I can. I had 4 hours to make one of the biggest decisions I was gonna have to make in my life. And I'll be honest with y'all, man. I played out every chess move. And I saw the chess moves out until even right now, even past right now. And I cried, bro. I cried. Because some of those moves were some of the hardest moves. It was like, well, what if this happens? And what if this happens? And I went down every path I could think of. And that type of 4 hours to make this decision and to think out every possibility. The conclusion, obviously, I came to was, I got to go. And I hope my kids can forgive me for that one day. But I will say that I believe in my heart it was the best move. Because who I would have been had I stayed in that situation wouldn't be the man that I am today. You know? It wouldn't be the man. I don't even know if I'd still be alive right now. Because my health would have been affected. And now having known, like, to know what my health is right now, who knows if I'd still be here? Because I took precautions and changed certain things about my health, I'm still here today. Whereas had I gone down that path, I don't know if I'd still be here. Or I wouldn't be in any good condition. And it sucks for the kids, obviously. And we'll talk about that in one of my videos. It sucks for them. But God, to be a father that's there but not there. I had a friend that told me that he knew his parents were done years before. And they stayed around for the kids. And he said he resented them because they stayed around and they were miserable. And he said, me as a kid, I knew this. I saw them and it made us miserable. And the fact that they stayed together for us, but was miserable, I resent my own parents because of it. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but I thought about that guy when I made that decision. I thought about him, what he told me. So when she came back, I said, yeah, I don't think this is going to work. And she cried for a little bit. And then she got angry, very angry. Exactly what she said. Well, I thought I had the thing on the screen. But she got angry. And hell, up until about a few months ago, still angry about it. Because I decided to leave. Because I didn't play the game of chicken that she expected. So I don't make decisions lightly. Right, wrong, or indifferent, as a man, I'm going to think about what I'm doing. And you may not like my decision, but if you know who I am, you know I've thought it out. At least you know that I've thought it out. And that's the burden that we have on us as men, gents. That right, wrong, or indifferent, we got to make a decision. People might not like it and they might not understand it. But as men, we got to make the decision. We got to stand by that. And sitting here playing these goddamn chicken games because you're trying to affect or manipulate an outcome, it's only going to do exactly what happened to her, and only going to do exactly what happened to my ex. Is going to leave you where the person leaves anyway. And that's the last part I want to say about what this woman said. She said, every single person in my life did this to me. Y'all remember that part? That's the spot, the small spot where I didn't hear her take accountability. Yes, it may seem like every single person did this to you. But this situation right here, you went straight to we should separate. Oh, we should get a divorce. Hell, one of my other wife, when we would get into an argument, she would say, well, we should just get a divorce then. Instead of talking through it, she just went straight to the whole, we should just get a divorce. And she knew that drove me crazy because I didn't believe in divorce at that point in time. So to get a rise out of me, she kept saying, we should get a divorce. Well, maybe we should just get a divorce then. Why are y'all playing games? Why are y'all women playing games? You say something enough, it plants seeds. Your words are powerful. Our words are powerful. They plant seeds. And eventually, under the right circumstances, I believe that we should get a divorce. And by the time I made that decision, I'd already thought the shit out. I can't stay here. I cannot stay here or I'm going to lose my shit. for my own health, well-being, and mental, I had to go. That wife didn't like that one. So when I tell y'all that I've been through this shit, I'm telling y'all I have been through it. I'm telling you, I don't know. I didn't leave those relationships or any relationship and not think about how can I improve and be better. I thought that I had changed some things from the first time to the second time. But what I didn't change was my selection criteria. My selection criteria was flawed from the beginning. But I did try to improve. I did try to be a better version of myself the second time. This is why I talk about self-improvement for us, gents, because I'm always trying to get to that next level. I'm going to fall sometime, but I'm always working toward it. I don't need someone to tell me what I'm doing or what I'm not doing because ain't nobody harder on me than me. But what I don't need is you playing no fucking games on these big ass decisions. The one thing I've learned about it is I'm a goddamn man. I'm gonna make a goddamn decision. Whether you like it or not, I'm gonna make the decision. I'm not leaving it in y'all hands no more because y'all play too many goddamn games. That's what I've learned. That's what I've learned. So when I tell y'all about being the best version of you, having a purpose, and if she ain't on your purpose, if you moving towards something and she ain't willing to get on your purpose, don't fault her for it. Just move on. Because at this point in time, where we're at right now, it take big boy no, not big boy. It take man decisions right now. And these women say they want a real man, but they not ready for no real man. Most of them they're not even wife material because they're not ready to put on those big girl pants, dress, skirt, whatever you want to call it. They're not ready. And their lack of being ready don't stop this world from what it looks at you. You a man. It don't give a shit what you think and how you feel. It never has. You a man. That shit will put you in a uniform and send your ass to die. Snap your fingers. Be a young man. It's ready to send your ass to die. You are a fucking pawn. So I don't have time for these fucking games when my life is the one that's the expendable one. And that's the truth. These women ain't ready for that shit, man. Let me play the next video. I know I'm missing a lot of comments. I see y'all comments. I'm sorry, but there's some serious shit.
When a man used to walk into a room and see a woman across the room, and his thought wasn't, I want to hit that. His thought was, that's my wife.
Music video.
I remember this.
90s.
Your nerves.
I remember this.
Crying in the rain.
Yes. Listen, I remember this because I experienced this so many times. And what I'm telling you is, it's not about what social media and the internet has changed externally. It's about what has changed internally.
I have a very specific image of that in my head. I don't know why. The setting is Golden Crust. And there's a man selling the
DVDs?
The DVDs outside.
She didn't know what they was called.
The bootleg.
That's
The
right.
bootleg
Bootlegger.
DVD. No, but that's just back in the day when you see the girl from across the room. I don't know why I'm in a GK.
But people were more content then because now also people weren't being exposed to much then, right? Even
That's
myself.
probably the main difference. The
Yeah,
exposure.
people weren't exposed to many things. There weren't a lot of people that were viral and famous and all
There's
types
so
of stuff.
many things
No, seriously,
in
because
the past
But
20 years.
But
BBL.
let's also think about
Go ahead.
what was music, what was television, preaching. pushing back then.
Right, and
Cosby
social
Show.
media
When you're
affects
thinking
that.
about a different world, when you're thinking about Tribe Called Quest, Jungle Brothers, you're thinking about Black Love, you're thinking about Queen Latifah.
I mean, Little Kim was out.
You can't turn on your television without seeing FBITCH's Get Money.
Now, I put this clip in here because the one thing I want to highlight of this, there's a lot they said here. I will say that this will segue into what we're going to discuss on Friday's video. And that part that they said that will segue into Friday's video is the social media, is the access to seeing all of this stuff. It's too much. We can't learn in this environment. I'm not going to get ahead of myself because we'll talk about that in that video. But the point is, it's too much. This is all too much. Men still desire wives. Men still desire kids. Again, your average man is still operating within his frame. He's still operating. Well, men aren't acting like men. I get that. When I say acting in his frame, the things that he desires, they still desire. Whether you want to say it or not, even some of y'all in the comments right now, if you could find, your A1 woman and you was like, okay, if you had your shit together, that's your wife right there. The girl of your dreams. Dudes would be like, yep, I'm on it. Especially now. Especially when you can't find solid. If you knew that you were going to find a woman that had all the attributes that you knew and you was ready for that, most men would be like, yep. Modern women today are always like, but I think I can still do a little bit better. There was a study, and in this study, it said that men were asked, if you had a woman who had 70 to 80% of the things that you want, would you be okay with that? Most men were like, yeah, 70, 80%. Yeah, that's damn good. I'm good. When they asked women that same question, wasn't good enough. 70, 80%. I need 100. I need that Hondo. It's like the wife store. Every time they get to a floor, like, I could do a little bit better. I could do a little bit better. Let's go to the next floor. I could do a little bit better. That's the mindset. The dopamine, the adrenaline, all this shit. That's why YouTube ain't pushing long videos no more. On your feed, every time you scroll, every 2 or 3 videos, there's a shorts block if you're on your phone. They trying to push that dopamine to y'all, to us. So men used to want wives, but you can't want something that you can't find. And I'm sure women feel like that too. Oh, we can't find the dudes. I get it. They're there. But what we're seeing is that women don't want the dude that's their equivalent. They could do better. I could do better. V says all the atmosphere talks about prenup, but they all turn around and admit your children are ruined for 18 years. That's why it's written into my civil document. Oh, I hear you, bro. 17 says, I don't want no wife. I want a female situationships. Soon as you commit to a woman these days, the clock starts on when she is looking to move on to somebody else. And that's sad, bro. 17th, and you know better than I know. It ain't used to be like that, right? Marriage is for the birds. Too much to lose just because she's not happy. Any lady listening, you hear that? Y'all will end something just because not happy. Nobody's happy right now. Shit. This shit is crazy. The stuff going on right now is crazy. I have to find happiness in the little things, like doing this live stream and, spending time with people and which is the things that are most important in life. Don't get me wrong. But it's kind of like, hell, it's almost like I don't even want to be out because you never know what craziness is going to happen. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to get caught in some craziness, bro. Just even driving around, people are just completely reckless right now with the driving. And I live in one of those states where you go ahead and honk your horn or start getting loud, you can get your ass murked because people are on a razor thin edge. So nobody's satisfied, nobody's happy. Dudes don't want to deal with that shit. It's why you're starting the private matchmaking, huh? That's what's happening. All right, only $150 here in Texas for civil union thanks to our same sex community. Okay. That's black men need to upgrade and get a wife from another ethnicity now. Corey, I always say this. And thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate you. I always just say, go where you're appreciated, not tolerated. These clips show you a bunch of, even in the beginning, where the woman said that I'm aware of what I'm aware, and even if in front of your mama, even if she was joking, the point is, if you appreciate your man or your woman, I'm not going to disrespect you in front of your people, and you better not disrespect me in front of mine. There's no respect. So that's why I always just say it has nothing to do with race, whatever. Go where you are appreciated, not tolerated. Because then you can work from there. We'll talk about that in Monday's video. I think so. I haven't collected all my clips yet, but I have the base clips for our Monday discussion. So I've got my civil union document pretty much finished up for the next woman. She'll be held accountable by legal decree. He number one side nigga was in the city we moved to. Are you seriously wonder why men don't want to get married because of alimony, shit show, child support, right? They're getting worse and worse. Getting married again is out of the question for me. I get it. Rangers, I'm here for the post V-Day Black Pill speech. I think I put some post V-Day stuff in the last video, bro. Yeah. That's funny. Marriage is out of the question for me. They want real men, but aren't real themselves. Yeah. I literally took a U-Haul and moved cities to try to save a marriage. It only got 10 times worse. Her one side was not in it. Her one side was was in that city. That's crazy. V says, sleeping with the enemy, our women are always in competition with us. Absolutely. I am my biggest critic and cheerleader. Yep. Yes. That's that one right there. Yes. We'll catch a couple more and I got to get out. I'm going to get to our last video. Go ahead and divorce me, Miss Sake, sue me. Oh, bachelors for life. Bachelors life for real. I only want a woman to show my daughters how a man loves a woman. That's crazy. Shout out to you, Kelvin, man. I appreciate you, man. We definitely not playing checkers. All right, listen, let me get to this last clip. This last clip, man. This was some real shit that our first lady, ex-first lady, said. This shit was real, son. This was some of the realest shit I heard. Take out your feelings, how you feel about Michelle, or anything like that. Listen to what she says. It is one of the, she been married 30 years. Some real shit. This ain't no Aisha Curry shit either. This is some real, I know what I'm talking about.
You talk about having marriage counseling.
Absolutely. Yeah, marriage is hard, even for us. We have a great relationship. But the thing about marriage counseling is like, I was one of those wives who thought, I'm taking you to marriage counseling so you can be fixed, Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm perfect. I was like, Dr.
Listen.
X, please fix him. And then our counselor looked over at me. I was like, what are you looking at? I'm perfect. But marriage counseling was a turning point for me, understanding that it wasn't up to my husband to make me happy, that I had to learn how to fill myself up and have to put myself higher on my priority list. There are a lot of young people who look at me and Barack and you and your wife, and they think, oh, I want those hashtag relationship goals. But I want young people to know that marriages work. Even the best marriages require work. I call them a vexation. It's a choice that you make again and again and again, because I don't want young people to quit the minute they have a hardship. If you're married for 50 years and 10 of them are horrible, you're doing really good.
Not bad.
Yo, she dropped some of the realest nuggets on us tonight. She did. And I had to share that with you guys. When we talk about marriage, people try to tell you, oh, you should just be here forever. And just, like, you hear the forever part, but you never hear anybody talk about the bad shit. Imagine, and she's talked about this in multiple podcasts, but she's talked about like being mad at him for like 10 years. It's just a tongue in cheek, okay? But the point is, you got these long stretches of not liking that person or upset with that person, or I just don't really like you right now. And then for her to have the wherewithal, for her to get on TV and sit up and say the shit that I went through, that some of y'all marriages went through, when she said, I took Barack Obama to counseling because he needed to be fixed. I don't know who of y'all listening has been married before and you went to counseling because your woman suggested it to fix you, or y'all seen the clips of the marriage counseling and you can see the woman like, yeah, he does this and blah, blah, blah. And the dude is on the couch damn near in tears because he wants this to work. But he basically been fucking silenced into submission just to keep the peace. Just to try to hold on to whatever that little thing is that's left. And when I see these clips of the marriage counselor or whatever that show is, most of the time, I see these women who take their husbands to counseling. They are upset with the way he moved, think, act, behave, blah, blah, blah. He did this, ain't did this. I don't like this. He don't think about me and blah, blah, blah. I'm doing this and he ain't doing nothing and blah, 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 right? And the man, I'm a man, so I can hear it. I've been divorced, so I can hear it. I hear these men try their best in front of this counselor to say the hold up. Hey, this is where I'm stuck at. And a lot of times it'll be, I'm trying my best to accommodate this woman, but she doesn't hear me right now. She only feels what she feels. She's not listening. She's just in her feelings all the time. And she feels like this. And they tell you, you can't argue my feelings when I'm trying to lay down some facts. And they can't hear it. They go right over their heads. Right over their heads. For Michelle to talk about how she brought him to counseling and the counselor looked at her. And in a lot of these times, when these couples go to marriage counseling, when I've gone to marriage counseling, when I went, my dude just stayed there. He didn't say shit. And then he was like, well, what are you thinking? How do you feel? Well, what do you want me to say? You just listen to her go on for a whole bunch of time. Well, what do you want me to say? only to be given some goddamn workbooks at the end, and then try to do the workbooks, and then why you gotta say it like that? Why you're trying to push this shit on me? Like, we're doing the workbooks that we went to counseling for. What, okay, then here you go. Here you go. Here's the workbook. You get us started on it so we can work on this thing. Well, I don't want to do it now. It was your idea to go to counseling. I've been through that too. Why have I told y'all all these stories? I told you all these stories about what I've been through because I want you to know I'm not just some YouTuber on here talking shit I don't know about. I'm telling you, I'm not bitter or angry anymore. I don't have any bitter anger. I don't care. It was a part of my journey. And it was because of going through that stuff that I know exactly who I am now. And I know exactly where I'm trying to go right now. And these are discussions that I have with my woman all the time. And men and women listening to this, if you can't have these discussions, I dare say you're definitely not ready for marriage. If your discussions are about you the whole time, you're not ready for marriage. Hell, you may not even be ready for a relationship. You're not going to, the most successful relationships and marriages I have seen is when each person in the relationship is looking out for the other person. And the other person knows it on a I can see it level, but they also feel it enough to keep pushing on. Is it going to be perfect? Hell no. Michelle Obama told you that. But that's not the point. Something me and my woman say all the time is that we are always dating each other. And I get it. Life gets in the way, kids gets in the way, the job gets in the way. But you still got to date each other. You still got to have those moments where you sit around and you unload and you talk to each other. How's your day? Oh, for real? Man, I didn't like her in the first place. She did that to you? Psh, girl, I wouldn't. You already know how I feel about it. Oh, yeah, for me? Oh, I was trying to set up my stuff tonight, my live stream, and then this didn't work, and then I got held up, and I was having a good day, and then everything just went to shit. Programs wasn't working. We have lost empathy. We have lost the ability to be able to feel and put ourselves in someone else's shoes. That's what we used to say, right? Walk a mile in another person's shoes. And people today are so selfish. They don't even have the ability to at least try to empathize with the person they supposedly love. I'm going to say that again. People are so wrapped up into their own shit. They cannot even think in terms of, hey, what is my person going through? How can you even remotely talk about having a marriage, let alone a long-term relationship, and you are not willing to think about the other person and treat them the way you would treat yourself? And if you treat them badly, because that's the way you would treat yourself, then I dare say you are not ready for shit. You have more work to go do. And if you're already in a relationship, you don't leave the relationship to do the work. You got to kind of work on it inside of it. And if you have a good person, they will give you the latitude to do it. And I didn't know that was a thing. But as I told y'all in the beginning, I'm in the healthiest relationship I've ever been in. And when you see it, you're like, damn. You look back in your mind's eye, and you're just like, holy shit. I've been in some really unhealthy relationships. I've been in these relationships that were unhealthy, and I was the culprit. It was me. Holy shit, it was me. That's a powerful revelation to come to. Very powerful. So I'm gonna catch some of these comments. We're almost at the 2-hour mark, and we get up out of here. Where we at? Let's see. Let's go. All right. Okay. Oh, let's start here. All of the atmosphere talks about prenups, but they all turn around and admit your children. Okay, I read that one. It used to not be like this. God damn, that's a powerful statement. It used to not be like this. 17th, that's one of the most profound statements, as simple as it is. And let me tell you, has everybody noticed? Ain't nothing been right since 2020. Since we got locked away. Yeah, like, I feel like there's an awareness that's happened. We're starting to see and hear more things. But ain't nothing been the same since 2020, since the pandemic. Nothing. It don't feel the same. Like it used to not be like this. I'll just leave that there. Apparently, they overlooked the good men for the Pookylicious carousel felons lumberjacking riding the floozy train. Oh, Buck says, facts, they will end a marriage real fast. I've seen a couple women leave their husbands after 20 years. You've already been with the person for 20 years. Let me tell you something, man. And I meant to say this earlier, but I'm not anti-marriage and I'm not anti-relationship, no matter what you heard tonight. So for anybody who's still here, I'm not anti-marriage or relationship. What I mean is when I say I'm not anti-marriage, if you choose to get married, I will support you. You have to make that choice. I'm just some dude online with a microphone. If that's the choice you feel you should make, you have to walk down that path and everything that comes with it. And if you do that, I'm going to support you. As your brother, I'm going to support you. Okay? Everybody who leaves a comment, a positive comment, it ain't got to be about positive marriage, but when they talk about their marriage, read every comment about marriage that anyone has left me. Let's say it says something negative that I thought was a red flag. I always congratulate them. Every time. Good luck to you and your husband. Good luck to you and your wife. Man, congratulations to y'all. Every comment. Every comment. Tonight's message wasn't to discourage relationships. It was really to shed a light on the work that it takes in any kind of relationship, whether it be dating, you're in a relationship, you're married, business partner. It's a relationship. It's all relationships. The lack of empathy, the lack of understanding, the lack of purpose, the lack of drive, all of these things are detrimental to all of those working relationships. Not just sexual, not just, it's all detrimental to relationships. Lack of communication, all these things are detrimental to any type of relationship, business or personal. That's what you should have gotten out of tonight's live stream. If you hear me, if you don't hear shit else, you have to be right. You have to be ready. You have to be empathetic. You have to be communicating. You, and you. Michelle, in this clip, what did she say? She was deflecting her shit onto he's messed up. Can't do that. Always got to come back to, have I made the changes that I needed to make? And when you change, you have to realize, like, your change don't make you better than that person. If you love them, your change should help to elevate that person. It should be iron sharpening iron. And if that's not happening, you got to go back to the drawing board. You got to go back to the drawing board. So, you don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. It has its uses. We at Black Nouveau Love just have to manage it like China. Go make sure I go check that out. Let me write that down. There we go. Mom's not having it. Do you know how easy it is to use AI to create your own app with a personal group Facebook? It's probably easy. I just saw some movie AI tech that will allow me to create movies. I've been thinking about it for years. I've always wanted to create a movie myself. But honestly, the way the AI rules are on here and different platforms, I don't even want to deal with it. This is the best platform for distributing movies, especially if you can get them over to a website. That would be cool. Or an app. That'd be cool too. Women distribute all the great marriage qualities and are so agreeable till they get you to commit. Then they stop doing that ish. Yeah. Ladies, any ladies are listening, this is the way men feel. It's like, as soon as y'all get what you want, you change. As soon as you get married, you'll be that way for a little bit, but then you're like, eh. And then next thing you know, the women, 17th, the women are online talking about, now you got women online talking about older women telling younger women, yeah, if I could do it all over again, I would never get married. Yeah, marriage wasn't, yeah, no, don't get married, ladies. You don't need all that. You got older women telling the younger women, don't get married. I saw an old ass woman, like her husband, she had to be like, they had to have been together 20, 30. If Barack and, let me back up. It's hard to tell, like Barack and Michelle are like amazing looking for their ages. So let's just assume the couple that I saw was right around their age. Well, let's assume they were 10 years older, because that's what they look like. But the point being is, like I said couple, but the woman looked like 10 years older than, probably 15 years older than Michelle. That is goddamn outstanding. Not gonna lie. Anyway, point being is, this older woman with gray hair, white hair, with wrinkles in her face, was literally saying, I would not get married again. Matter of fact, the clip was a bunch of older women. I'm never getting married again. Men haven't changed. Like, men might say, marriage ain't worth it. But I'm telling you, from the polls I've done, the poll I've done on this channel, men would get married to the right woman. Men would still consider it. I want my woman. I want my family. Women have flipped the script. Women have changed the paradigm. Women have done that. Men are just reacting to those changes in protection of themselves, right? Daddy issues is real. I saw it. My ex-wife, man, brings structure and order to home. Children grow chaotic without them. V, that's what we're going to talk about partly in my next video. Friday's video will have some part of this in it. And I have to start working on that video now because I have a buddy coming in town tomorrow. My daughter is coming in town on the weekend. I got to start getting these clips together tonight. Like when I get off this live, it's already 8. Jesus Christ. It's already 2 hours. Okay. We're going to get out of here soon. Let me catch these. Most black women feel like they are superior to us black men in every way. Society has programmed them to think that they are never wrong. If they are, it's our fault. Oh yeah, hear you. If she's perfect, then I'm a delusional gazillionaire and I don't care. Buck says, well said, Michelle Obama, well said. No, she dropped some jewels on us. Like, there are women who would never admit to what Michelle just said. Will never take accountability to the fact that I took him to counseling because he was the problem. And then I actually had to work on me. Much respect. Like I told y'all, I'm not a hater. I'm not. Real is real. Truth is truth. When I hear real shit, I'm gonna applaud it. That's why that was the last clip of the night, because I feel like that one right there sums it up. This shit ain't easy, but hell, if you get only 10 bad years out of a 50-year marriage or a 50-year relationship with your person, 10 years, only 20% of it was bad, I'll take those odds. I'll take those odds. They'll use a therapist as a referee for their BS. Rick is on it. Thanks for sharing the clip. It looks like she thought he was the only problem to be fixed. I wonder what was she taught to be that way towards men in general? William, that's an interesting this is my assessment of it. The age that Michelle is, she would have come up in that time where things were changing. Things were like it was the flower hippie era. She might have been a young girl at that time, right? Or barely just born. I can't remember. I don't know how old she is, whatever. Barack is like a little bit over. How old am I right now? Barack is almost 65 years old. So I assume she's right around the same age. Okay. So they're right around a little bit younger than my mom's age, but you get what I'm saying. So the point being is, around that time, imagine this woman going through school, and around that time, think about it. We were told that our education was the most important thing. This woman is well accomplished. She ain't no stupid woman. And as smart as Barack is, I wouldn't want no dumbass woman either. I'm serious, I wouldn't. I don't. That's why I love my woman now, you know. She ain't stupid. I respect her. I need that. I need that iron sharpening iron. I need somebody that, you know, that we got that give and take. So you got to imagine she's still coming up in this period of time, but she's also coming up in a time where it was a big thing for women to to accomplish the things that she accomplished. I'm not taking anything away from women who accomplish anything. But Michelle still carries herself like an elegant lady, a classy lady. And that should be applauded. Whatever you think about her, she carries herself very elegantly. She gives off vibes like that Claire Huxtable. Come on now. Claire Huxtable seemed like she was mean. I had my English teacher, Rome. When y'all see Rome come up in here, Rome's mom was my reading teacher. His mom used to scare the shit out of me. His mom to this day is still handling her business. But guess what? I respect it. Don't get it twisted, ladies. I respect the shit out of it. But see, the difference is women like Rome's mom and women like Michelle Obama, they doing a thing and it would intimidate a lesser man. That shit don't intimidate me. No, not anymore, but I'm saying not anymore. I respect it. But the difference is they're still ladies. And that's the part I respect. That's all we're saying here. Yo, go ahead and do the thing you're going to do. But why you got to act like us when you do it? There's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with that. And that's because a lot of these women haven't been raised to be wives. They don't know what it's like to persevere and be with your person. They're not oaks. They're fucking branches. They're little twigs at best. As soon as you give them any type of challenge, they snap. Nah, you ain't got nothing on that. Don't matter how she was raised. The point is, where you going to find this at? Where you going to find a woman who's going to be down with you for 30, 40, 50 years? Good luck. I am always down with my sisters and will be with them, but now I know how to deal with them. Yeah, you gotta deal with people individually. You gotta deal with them where they at. You have to deal with them where they're at and assess whether where they at falls in line with your program. And you got to really think that out as a man. That's on you. That's on all of y'all. That's on me. Because if it don't, you got to be man enough to say, hey, this ain't falling in line with the program that we talked about. She either going to respect it or she not. And then as a man, you got to be willing to walk on. But Shaun, the cooch is so good. I don't care. That's young man shit. Let young men worry about that. Hell, if you're a young man listening, that should not be what you're worried about. We're trying not to give you game now. I will say this. As I am now in my mid to late 40s, I am now more understanding and can work with a woman better than I ever have. That's what I'm saying. 17th, I'm the same. I'm in the same boat you is, fam. So now, you knowing how to work with somebody shows you when they're not working with you. When they're not working with you, because you know how to work with them now, you can easily see when they're not willing to work with you. That's all I'm saying. I went to 2-3 counselors and about 2 psychologists trying to save my marriage. It was like a den of vipers. The system seeks to medicate the man, which will make you ineligible for 50-50 custody. Oh, that's crazy. I honestly, that's something that me and P want to talk about on the new channel, Partners in Crime. If you're not subscribed to Partners in Crime podcast, me and P started a podcast where we just keep it a little bit lighter, single topic. Go check out that podcast, subscribe to it, help us grow that channel, okay? We're going to have fun on it. We're also going to get deeper. Right now, just kind of keeping it light and fun with the topics. Eventually, we'll get to where we need to. Because it was P who was the one who actually was like, yo, man, I got some shit on my chest and I want to get off my chest. I was like, man, look, if we're going to start a podcast, you can't start off that way. You just, maybe that might work, but I'm saying it's not the way you want to start off that way because it doesn't coincide with the YouTube algorithm is going to be confused about what we are. I said, we can get to that deeper topic you want to talk about, but we got to build it out the right way. If you want to be a part of us building that, make sure you go check out Partners in Crime podcast. Do I have the, hold on. Oh shit, let's see. Yeah, make sure you go check out our podcast, Partners in Crime. Okay. 2 NOLA boys just talking mess on the mic. Go check us out. All right. Teamwork's supposed to make the dream work, but all these people know how to do is hurt. All these people know how to do is hurt. Okay, I read that right. If anything, it just gets worse. I was too modern. I allowed too much library to my servant. Never again. I don't need love. I need agreeable. Yeah, a lot of dudes are starting to realize that, man. It ain't about love will come. Back in the day, people would have these arranged marriages. And today we think it's barbaric because this is the first time in history over the last 50, 60 years where marriage was about love, where marriage back in the day was about family, was about legacy, was about growth. And people stuck together whether it was in love or not. Now that women are working, they're not worried about legacy anymore. They're not worried about the family legacy. They're worried about themselves. For a man, we will take the dad will pass down, I'm just using this example, but your dad will pass down a farm to you. And as a son, well, I don't want to do farming. I want to go do, what's that? Curling. I want to do curling. Curling. We got this goddamn farm here that needs work. You're going to take over this goddamn farm. That's the way it used to be. You didn't go out and go do no goddamn curling. You were a farmer. Your dad was a farmer, and his dad before him was a farmer. And you kept the goal is every generation should be building upon what the previous generation did so that eventually you have a generation that is taken care of. That's the idea. But we can't do that because you have women that don't have that same sense of loyalty, or let me say this. You have some women who don't have that same sense of legacy that a man has, where hell, my brother told me about our dad and that he tried to take over our dad's business after he died. And he said he got underwater. He got swamped by it. It was too much. The thing was already kind of underwater, but he tried. He tried to keep dad's business alive, the business he was trying to restart. That's what you do as a son. That's what you do as a man. You say, my dad laid the foundation and we need to keep his legacy going because the legacy is supposed to help us and help our kids. And I got to make the legacy a little bit better, a little bit stronger. Hell, the people that control all of this shit right now, that's what they did. What are you talking about? We're bankers. You're going to be a fucking banker. What the hell are you talking about? You're going to be a goddamn a thespian. You're going to be a goddamn ballet dancer. What the hell? Get your ass in that bank and be a banker. The system is designed to make things worse. I got married in 1994 for all the right reasons. If I had to do it in 2010 and 2014, I would not have made the same decisions. Women abandon being women, abandon being mothers, and girlfriend, wife material. We're going to talk about the experimentation and how we've all been led astray and how we've all been affected by this stuff, King, in Friday's video, I promise you. 17 says, you're right. I don't need love. I need agreeable, not bringing my problems. Also, don't get in my way. Yeah. Women with daddy issues end up so selfish. Kevin Samuel said it right. Order 66. When a father is not there to keep the children from the mothers, irrational emotions. Shit, let me write that down. The reason why I'm writing it down is because I forgot about him saying Order 66. But my next video thumbnail, I might put Order 66 on that shit. I'm not sure yet. I have like a question mark. But if I put Order 66 on the thumbnail, I'll try to make it where people understand what Order 66 is. But the point is, this next video, I don't know how long it's going to be, but I will promise you it's going to make you think. And that's exactly what I've been trying to do lately, okay? Thank you for that. We definitely learned a lot tonight, brother homie. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, Preston. That's why I told my daughters my arranged relationship will be on resume, not on face card. Still fit, feminine, and friendly though. Yeah. Social media is a brain drug that causes female delusion. Causes delusion for us all, actually. We're all being affected by it. I'm going to talk about that on Friday. Y'all will see. The matrix is falling and failing. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. We're going to talk about that as well. All right, I'm almost done. Let me run through these. How do they think men feel about this shit, especially when they divorce them and take the man to the cleaners? Exactly. Much respect. Older women who benefited from marriage to build themselves up, not telling the young girls knock the ladder out from underneath you. Yeah, so a lot of these older women have, basically they're knocking these ladders out from these young women. They're not giving them the real because a lot of them are in failing marriages or haven't been married. Women don't know how to be civil, only miserable. We want reciprocity. Boom. Yes, exactly. You definitely brought the truth, Sensei Shaun C. Brother homie. Thank you so much. I used to love when my swords used to be in the background. She gotta pay, she definitely gotta play it how it go when it comes to me, or she gotta roll. Yeah. If Ms. Obama can say that, there is definitely hope for our women and for all of us. I agree. That's why I keep showing y'all this, because there is hope. How do I get to your other channel? All right. Let's do something real quick. Let's try something real quick. Let's go. I'm gonna put it up on the screen so y'all can see it. Okay, where are we at? Where are we at? Oh, wait, where's the channel at? You think I would know how to use YouTube by now, huh? Oh, what the heck is going on? Oh, view your channel. Damn it. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna move it over here so y'all can see the channel. There we go. All right, check it out, y'all. This is the channel right here. Well, that's not it. Oh, I know what happened. I'm sorry about that. I didn't share the screen. Let's stop that screen and we're gonna share this one. Let's go entire screen. And there we go. Here we go. So this is the new channel right here. Partners in Crime Podcast. You go to youtube.com/@partners, PODNAS, in crime. Partners in Crime. Just the way it's spelled. And we have 7 videos out right now. And we got 62 subscribers. After tonight's live stream, I want to see one Hondo. Okay? I need a Hondo subscribers from y'all. All right? Come on, man. Give me that Hondo, baby. Oh, one of our videos hit 1.1K. Oh my God, son. Yo, that is awesome. We should have more subscribers to that, though. Oh, shout out to V. He said, been loving the new podcast. I appreciate you, man. me and P gonna get back into the lab tomorrow, and we're gonna get back in the lab tomorrow, and we're gonna make. I still have like 3 more videos to make that we pre-filmed, and then tomorrow we're gonna film probably about another 10 videos, and we got to do this so we can be ahead of ourselves just because of our schedule. Because I told him, I said, I got other work I got to do, so it's got to be, we got to do this in one shot so that I can afford to have the time to work on TSG Uncut, work on my other projects, and work on this. Your boy be busy over here. Preston says, let's be bankers. You've been making nothing but great content, Shaun. I really appreciate your work. 17th, man. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. I'm trying, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm also, I'm not only trying to do the good content, I'm just trying to balance life at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Rated RKO, shout out to you. He says, sup, Shaun? What's going on, fam? How you doing today? Great to have you here. Thank you. Just subscribe and we'll watch all the videos between tonight and the next couple of days. Salute to you and P. 17th, you gonna appreciate it, bro. You know what? Just tell me in the comments. just leave the comments and tell me what you think about the videos, bro. I appreciate it. Saving in gold and silver. Yep. Yeah, I need to start doing that. I'm definitely going to the channel after live stream, brother homie. Preston, you're gonna love it too, man. If y'all know how me and P roll, y'all gonna love it. You definitely getting out here. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. All right. Thank you all for being here tonight, man. I appreciate it. Again, make sure y'all check out the different stuff that I'm only showing y'all down in the description, only the products and stuff I use, okay? A couple examples there, my cup, the ashwagandha. I don't know if I got workout gloves. Whatever I use, that's what I'm promoting. I don't have any sponsors. So the stuff that's in the links, that's what I'm using. Partners in Crime Podcast. Good over there, man. Check it out after this. If you ain't got nothing else to do, go check out our new podcast. It's just us having fun talking about these subjects. And it's vintage us, man. And I can't wait to film some more. I got some, P don't ever know. Let me tell y'all something real quick. I'm going to take a sip on this one. What makes this podcast even funnier is I don't tell P what the clips are about. Oh, snap. I'll bring up the subject. I'll say, hey, man, what you think about so-and-so? He'll say, well, I was like, well, just so you know, I got a clip about it. He never knows. He never knows the clips I'm about to show him. So his reactions just be like, what the hell am I watching? Oh my God. So keep that in mind when you watch Partners in Crime, because he have no clue what I'm bringing up. So I'll tell him sometime, I was like, hey, we might talk about this subject. And he'll like, all right. But then he don't know the clips, man. It'd be great if you could do a thumbnail with Kevin Samuels and Jedi garb, find the dark side. Oh, that's a sweet idea. Oh, that is a sweet thumbnail. Okay. I need y'all to hear what V just brought up, okay? I don't know if it'll work, but I'm going to try. But if y'all see Kevin Samuels in Jedi garb and it says Order 66, just know V came up with the idea. I just wrote it down, though. And I wrote down it was your idea, V, so that way I give you credit the next time we see it, all right? All right. Anyway, gents, thank y'all so much for being here. Again, video out on Friday, video out on Monday. Both of them are good topics. Please let me see you support that. Support the new channel. Support the channel. Until next time, live your best life.